Okay, here's a little what I'm after. What I need to do is eventually, after I get things cut, these parts here have to be placed at 0 for a machine 0 when I go to cut them. So I basically, after I do the cutting, I place my part here at origin at Z0, and then that's where I do the cutting. So I was just running into a little confusion, but it actually reminded me, the reason I'm making the video is it reminded me of something else. So if I just take this box, which is 19, it's scaled up by 10 there. If I just cut it in half, I get two equal sizes. But if I do my Booleans, and we kind of already went over this, but I just wanted to show you here. One thing I use when I'm doing this 0 placing on these types of squares, I can just drag the corners. But when I'm doing it, a lot of times if I have some type of organic shape, I need to place it exactly at 0 in the center of the object. And I use your bounding box tool for that. And that's part of why I'm making the video, is I just wanted to show that. So now I'm cutting this block directly in half with what was half before. And then what I was getting was the two different sizes here. So here's one size. So I was looking at these readouts, and then you had cleared that up. See, two different numbers. So I was when I actually came, I wasn't paying attention to that. When you click on the edit box, like you said though, that actually shows precise. Even if I drop the numbers, the trailing zeros way back to here, it stays at 0. So I'm clear that it cut it right in half, as you said. So I would scale these down and get these, and then these were showing perfectly there. But if I go ahead and crank the numbers up, then they were showing off too, except for if I do that. However, I bring those into my CAM package, and it reads bounds data, as we spoke about before, but then you extract the edges in the CAM package. But one of the things I wanted to point out in this video is I use, for instance, like on this type of 3D set here, if I need to place all of these, I'll use your bounding box. And one of the things I noticed the other day was, here, let's go, bounding box. It was leaving model out. It wasn't, is that just the display again now? Is this box actually the full bounds of the thing? It was, I was looking, saying it didn't actually get the full bounds, so maybe I'm not getting the accuracy I need. See, this side is, I know things stick out in there, but that's actually sticking out in the model, you know. That's not, I don't think that's just a display thing. So normally that's how, when I want to move things around precisely and get them centered up, I'll use that. So maybe you could touch on that a little bit. Maybe that is just a good 0, as in the center of this box is actually the center of all those objects, but not necessarily the outer dimensions. So, you know, if I wanted to place all those objects with their bounds at complete 0, then I would use that, and I would drag this over to the, you know, or using the copy, I would put it on the origin, and same thing, go to the front and drop that down to the origin. But now I have this part, which apparently is above the 0 now, so maybe I need to review how I'm doing that. Anyway, that's pretty much what I was talking about with the number display. So I think we got that cleared up as far as that. I don't really need to get into my CAM package. I know that's something I need to deal with them on. I've actually spoke with them about trying to change how it reads that bounds data, because I think it's confusing for a lot of the users. But once I got into the CAM package and was getting different, I was actually getting different halves. Like when I exported an IGES from these two, I actually got even the edges extracted were two different sizes, and I ended up doing the shrink trim surface thing and going out as a SAT, which gave me the two edges extracted at Z0. All these edges, this would be the top edge I was talking about needing to be at Z0 for the cam package. So with the readout you talked to me about over here, I think that clears it up, that I just need to look more in my cam package and pay attention there. I thought I was seeing something wrong in MOI with when I cut that box and was reading this value up here. So if you could just comment on that, the bounds of that, and if it's working how I thought it should be working. That is how I place more organic shapes, like easy enough to place this box by dragging those corners, but if I put bounds on all these objects, I was kind of expecting a box that completely boxed in all the bounds of the objects, but since maybe it's because I have this different size object in here, was leaving out those other edges. I'm not sure. Anyway, talk later. Thanks for the help.